Buongiorno YouTube. Hope you guys are doing well today. It's hot. It's very, very hot. I think this is the hottest day I've had in my studio for a very, very long time. I am burning up. But I'm back again today for another video, whether you like it or not. And today's video, I've kindly been lent a guitar from my good friend Kie Whitehouse, the other guitarist in the band Suffer. He has dropped me up a guitar which you don't see every day. It is a Legator Overdrive 6 Multiscale. No, it's a Legator Ninja Overdrive 6 Multiscale. That's what it is. So yeah, and we're going to be having a little playthrough with it today, so you can hear what it sounds like. You're going to get my honest thoughts about it. But yeah, so let's dive into it. And welcome back. So here it is. This is the guitar. So it is the Legator Ninja Overdrive 6 Multiscale. And as you can see, it's very pretty guitar. Obviously, in the multiscale, it's extended scale length, good for drop tuning, so more aimed, as you can tell from the look of it, towards your metal players. Oh hell yeah, brother, yeah! So let's tell you a few things about it. So let's start at the top. Now, Legator is a brand that you don't see too much of in this country. I believe this is built in Korea, South Korea, I think. But yeah, so I believe so. So Legator. This guitar was ordered by Kie from somewhere in America, I believe. Now, Kieran, he paid $1,300. I'm going off what he's told me. He paid $1,300 for this guitar, plus import duty and stuff like that. But me personally, there's a few little things I'm not overly keen on. Let's start with the top. So, as I say, it's great looking. Headstock looks nice. There's a little veneer on the top of it. Very thin veneer though. It's a bell top. It all looks nice, as I say. The logo looks good, everything else, but there's a few things. Now, for a £1,300 guitar, I would expect lock-in tuners. They are Grover, they're good tuners, don't get me wrong, they're good tuners, but they're not lock-in. Now, for a guitar in this sort of price range, you would expect to have lock-in tuners, just to make life that little bit easier and add a little bit more to the value of a higher range guitar and what you're paying for. But, you know, they're not there, so what can you do? It does have a graphite nut, which is good, you'd expect that. Seems okay, holds things in. The only thing is when it arrived though, I know I've had this with a couple of guitars before. I had it with an Epiphone and stuff where it wasn't fixed, it wasn't a fixed in bridge. I don't know why guitar companies do that, but yeah, it wasn't fixed in. So he's had this set up before I've come to play with it. I'm not sure who by, but he's had it set up and now it's been fixed in place. But yeah, graphite nuts are good. The neck is a 5-piece, 5-piece mahogany and maple. So obviously it looks lovely. It's a lovely satin finish. It's very, very thin. It's a C profile, very, very thin, easy to play, fast. It's a nice matte finish. So quick to the fingers. Okay, so the next thing is the fretboard, ebony fretboard. These little dot inlays are really cool, if you can see. The little black inlays with the little white dots around them. They're real nice little touch. They look great, and obviously doubled up on your octaves. So yeah, they look great. Now, as to the playability of the neck, as I say, it is fast, that's true, but it's sharp. The edges are so sharp. The frets aren't too bad, they could be a little better, especially for a guitar of this sort of price. But the edges of the fretboard, they're a bit old-fashioned-y, very, very sharp. You feel it when you're going up and down there. You have to break it in yourself. But yeah, it's one of them things, I suppose. But if I personally paid that much money for this guitar, I would not be happy with it myself. Sorry, Legator, but it is what it is. I'd expect it to be a little bit smoother, a little bit nicer to the touch. Now we go down to the body. So, oh yeah, it's a bolt on neck as well. I'll add that, but it is firmly bolted on with the 5 bolts rather than just 4. So that's a good thing, I guess. So the body, it's a mahogany body with a Buckeye burl top. That's right, Buckeye.
Buckeye.
Yeah, this lovely green stain to it. Looks great, and especially with it being called Ninja, it's like, to me, it's like Kawasaki Ninja, isn't it? Like the bike. Yeah, looks nice. Very slim body. Hitting it off everything. Yeah, very slim body. I don't know how well you can see, but yeah, very, very light. Obviously with that, the neck's heavier than the body. You do get a bit of neck dive when you're playing. It is a bit heavier up that end than this, but it's one of them things you can kind of live to deal with it. But there are more negatives down this end, I'm afraid. When this arrived with Kie, so obviously this has got the set of Fisherman Fluence in it, and for some reason, as far as I'm aware, and the other guitars that I've got Fisherman in, they're normally always push-pull, and it's the different voicings rather than a coil split as such. It's different voicings of the pickups, hence the reason they're so popular. But this, for some reason, when it turned up, it's still just got the normal three-way selector and a normal volume knob, but no push-pull. So those voicings don't exist as such. It's just one sound for each pickup, which I find very odd with Fishman's, as it kind of defeats the object of having them, as far as I believe anyway. But I mean, the bridge is quite nice. It's Legator's own. It's like a monorail bridge, or each individual thing, and the little saddles at the bottom, they're really nice too. They all kind of kick up, so that's nice. Yeah, just, you know, showing about the pickups. There's another thing that does kind of get on my nerves about this, especially with them being active, which means there's a battery inside. There's no easy access battery compartment like you'd have on an Ibanez, or I don't know, ESP, stuff like that, where you just clip it in, clip it out. It's in there, so you have to unscrew it to get to it. Another gripe with that for me is, I hope you can hear this, that battery is not fixed down, and a little bit shaky around, hear a noise, hear a rattling noise. It just, to me, it just doesn't match up with a £1,300 guitar at all. You put that all together with the no locking tuners, the sharp neck, the rattling round, the pickups not being what they should really be. Doesn't come in a hard case. Just comes in a cardboard box for that price. The nut moving all over the place. The action was ridiculous. The action was really high when it got here. I remember when he first had it, and that needed a lot of work doing. It's just like, it felt like there was no real care. Now, I could understand if it was one of their cheaper guitars, but it ain't. So if you're thinking of buying one, just be prepared, if you really want one that bad, that when it gets here, it may need some work doing to it. Okay, so sorry if that's offended anyone or upset anyone, or it's not what you were expecting, but it is what it is.
I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Right, so let's plug it in, see how it sounds. Okay, so we're going to start with sort of a clean tone. I'm probably going to go with the, I'm not going to do too much with the pickups because it doesn't have all the different voicings. I'm just going to give you neck pickup for the clean and the bridge pickup for the distorted, because that's, let's be honest, that's really what we're going to be sort of using in real world. So yeah, let's start with some clean tones. Alright, now for some distorted sounds. I forgot to mention before, obviously I'm running into my 2i2, same as usual, into my MacBook with Logic Pro, and I'm using Will Putney Suite once again, as it is ace. Right, so heavy tones. So, that's it for the Legator. You guys can kind of make your own minds up. As I say, it sounds okay. The pickups do not sound the same as what I have in my Ibanez. I have Fishman, Fluence, Moderns in there, and they just don't sound the same. Even without the split coil stuff, it just doesn't sound the same to me. It's quite upsetting. As I say, because it paid a lot of money for this guitar and it just kind of hasn't lived up to what it should do. As I say, they look great, they really, really do, and it's just lacking a little bit in kind of the small details. It's not impossible to play with the sharp edges, but it just could be better. So I'm hoping that maybe other people have had this and put it to them and they've changed it, because they could be great, they could be fantastic. So yeah, small details, Legator, small details. So yeah, once again, I am Ashley, thank you for watching. Hope you're all staying safe and staying productive, and look after yourselves, look after one another, and then I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching, see you later.